Tēnā tātou e kare no mai haere mai ki After Bedtime Yoga. Welcome along to our first ever YouTube After Bedtime Yoga practice. For your practice today, you will need to have your own quiet space, your bed, and I have with me today 2 blankets. So if you need to, quickly pausing the video and going to collect those items. Once you have collected those items, we are going to get into the practice to start the series. And for this first 4-class series, we are dropping into this idea of starting anew. Just like I am moving the After Bedtime Yoga from the Zoom over onto YouTube, I want you to drop into those spaces in your life where you are ready to upgrade, to grow, to start fresh. And the first part of that starting fresh is the need to create space, to let go, to clear out of the weeds of the garden so you have space to plant those fresh ideas, fresh intentions, fresh projects. To begin today, finding your bed and making your way over to lean against it. Coming all the way over, you can choose the leg position here. If you feel a little limited through the hips, sitting at this angle, take 1 or 2 blankets underneath the bottom. This will take away some of the pressure through the hips. And then allowing yourself to settle down, to drop the shoulders, maybe inviting a few little wiggles of the head, of the neck. And just take a moment to drop into this ritual of coming into your own space. Maybe you've created your own ritual for your yoga practice. It may be a lit candle, some gentle healing frequency music. Whatever that is, take the time now to drop into your body, to find that stillness and make that a part of your ritual. Noticing where the breath is landing in your tinana, in your body. And maybe this is the first opportunity that you have had all day to drop into yourself. So can you just be present in it? I begin all of my classes with karakia, so that is where we will start today. Nei te ni, nei te nā, nei te aro ki te hao te tangata, aratakina te ara ki runga, ki raro, ki roto, ki waho, haumie huie, tai kie. Here we are to focus on our own inner light, the essence of breath that guides us, and let us allow that to lead us in our practice. Beginning to find a little more space in the breath. Inhale, belly expands out away from the spine. Exhale, belly button pulls back in. Inhale, puku expand. exhale, let it soften. Keep dropping into that. Can you allow your belly to let go? So often we are tense through here because we walk around trying to pull our belly in, but that is not doing our breath, that is not doing our nervous system any favors. So can you let it be soft, to flow in and out with breath? Feel the shoulders soften down with each exhale a little more. And we are going to move into an even breath for a count of 4 on the inhale and 4 on the exhale. Make sure you empty out completely, all the way to the bottom of the breath. Try not to hold on to any, to save any. Let it all go. Release and clear out that space so you have it for the next inhale. You can invite that little bit more. Starting with a clearing breath, big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth side out. Beginning to move through even breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Gentle pause at the top. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Breath in, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Breath out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Ha ki roto, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Ha ki waho for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Keep flowing with that, keeping your count. Inhale and exhale. Feel the fullness of breath in and the fullness of breath out, and let it flow. Noticing that each breath is releasing, is letting go, is clearing space for that next beautiful breath in. Either staying with the even breath, the 4-4, or we're going to shift and lengthen the exhale to a 6 count. I will guide you through the first round, syncing up with an inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Keep moving through that, feeling into the change in the body, the change in the nervous system from when you first began practice. Feel yourself move into your flow state. If you notice your mind wandering to people, to tasks, to things outside of you in this moment, I te wā tū, very gently call your energy back here. Dedicate this time completely for yourself, knowing that all of those tasks, all of those people and things are still going to be there once you finish your practice. But if you can draw your energy here and now, that gives you a chance to clear the space you need, to pour back into your own cup, so you can go back into your life, pouring into the cups of others. Take one more full round of the 4-6 breath. Whakamauritia toha. Allow your breath to return to its natural, fluid and flowing state. And then very gently, if the eyes were closed, blinking them open, keeping the gaze soft, keeping the energy quiet, and very gently moving away from your bed so you have a little more space. Dropping in through a little bit of soft mobility for today's practice, focusing on the neck and shoulders, the places we tend to carry and not let go. And so we want to try and soften that tonight, to release and to open up that space for more flow. To start with, moving in through the neck and through a few cars, our controlled articular rotations. Remembering as we move through these soft mobilizations, we are not trying to push ourselves all the way to the end range. We're just softly exploring our body, getting curious about how it is feeling in this moment. So beginning here by tucking the chin down towards the chest. And you don't have to be seated and cross-legged. If this feels like a lot, perch yourself up on the edge of your bed. Again, take away the other physical requirements so you can concentrate on the neck and shoulders. From here, scoop the chin up the right collarbone all the way to the shoulder. Once you arrive at the shoulder, right ear drops to right shoulder. And then pretending our head is a bucket of water, and we want to tip that water back behind us. So the head rocks back as the chin lifts up, and then we rotate all the way to the other side, left ear to left shoulder, chin rotates to left shoulder, and then scoops all the way back down to the center of the chest. Moving the other direction, chin scoops up the left collarbone, arriving at the shoulder tip, left ear rotates to left shoulder, and then bucket of water, tip it out behind you, lifting the chin, rolling all the way around, right ear, right shoulder, chin to the shoulder tip, and then scoop back to center. Going through that one more time in each direction. Chin tucks to chest, scoops up the collarbone, right hand side to the right shoulder tip, making it a little more smooth now, a little more fluid. Right ear to right shoulder, lifting the chin, circling the head all the way over to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder, chin to shoulder, chin to center of chest. Last one here, chin to shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Tip the water behind the head. Right ear, right shoulder, chin to right shoulder, and then chin tucks all the way back down to center of the chest. Slowly lifting that chin all the way back up. A few little shoulder circles here now to rinse that off. As you inhale, shoulders come up towards the ears. Exhale, rotate them back down. 2 more that way. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, roll down. Last one, breath in. Breath out. And then switch the direction of your shoulder circles. So inhaling now the opposite way, coming all the way to the top. Exhale, soften down. Breath in. Breath out. Last one here. Ha ki roto. Ha ki waho. And then settling in stillness with the eyes closed. Taking another moment to check in. If you are seated cross-legged and you would like to balance the hips, switching the cross of the legs now. Two options here today. If you're feeling quite tight through the shoulders, you'll bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder if that feels like a lot, opposite hand to opposite elbow. If you have a little more space this evening, we're going to move into our eagle arms. We'll start by bringing the arms out nice and long, if you can, depending on your space, just as long as you can. And then right arm is going to come underneath left arm. Bending the elbows, either the backs of the hands are touching, or scoop the fingertips around to touch the palm, but this can feel quite intense. So if you need to, dial it back, modify, take what your body needs in this moment, because at the end of the day, this is your practice. You need to take the options that are going to serve you most. So finding yourself in your space, wherever that is, and begin to circle the elbows. So we're spreading the back nice and wide and just drawing little circles with the elbows. Finding a little movement through the shoulder joint, through the shoulder blades as they slide around. Moving nice and slow. And switching the directions of the circles. Making your way back to stillness. Releasing the hands, taking a moment, bring them back down onto your lap. A few deep breaths here. Breathe space through the back body. Feel it widening through the rib cage. And then we will move in the other direction. So taking the arms out nice and long and bringing the left arm underneath now, either crossing the arms to the shoulders, grabbing opposite elbows, or bending the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands to touch, or scooping the left hand fingertips around and onto the right palm. Good, and then from here again, start drawing those circles with the elbows. Let the spine move with you. Nice and slow. Then gently circling the other way. And just noticing the difference between the two sides of the body. I know for me, coming in this way, I'm a lot more locked up. And that's okay, it's just something to notice as I'm moving. No judgment, no expectations of my body to be a certain way. Allowing it to be exactly as it is in this moment without any judgment. One more circle. Moving back through to center. Releasing the hands back down. Shoulders softening. And then gently blinking open the eyes again. We are going to move back to lean against the bed, taking, if you need to or would like to, your blanket or your cushion underneath your bottom. And this time I'm going to have my legs out straight in front of me, but I'm going to roll up my second blanket into this nice long cylinder, and then I'm going to allow my knees to rest down onto that. So it's a nice little ledge for me here. My arms are nice and long, fingertips reaching towards the knees, but soft through the shoulders, soft bend in the elbows. We'll just give the ankles a little roll out. Maybe there's a few pops and cracks. And if you feel like you've arrived in a seat that is not comfortable, allow yourself to adjust. I've set my seat a little too high, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the blanket by one fold and then move back in, bringing the support back under my knees, and that's better. So sometimes the small adjustments can settle the body a lot faster. Then from here, nice tall spine, breath in. And on your exhale, drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. This will add a gentle stretch down the left hand side of the neck. If you would like to increase the sensation, left arm comes down beside you, fingertips towards the ground. And this is where we are going to stay. Soften the jaw, notice if it's clenched, gently unlock it. A soft part of the lips. Feel the face hang heavy. And can you keep the breath deep into the puku, like we worked into at the beginning of practice? Notice where in your body is holding and gripping on in this moment, not allowing you to make space because it is tense. Gently draw your breath to those areas and allow them to let go and soften with your exhale. Kia ngāori. If the mind begins to wander again, draw yourself back here to this moment. Maybe drop back into your even breath or your 4-6 breath, especially if the mind needs a little bit of help to come to this moment. The breath and counting the breath is a beautiful way to do that. With your next exhale, your ear is going to stay pulling over to the right shoulder, but your chin is going to rotate down towards the collarbone. Maybe a slightly deeper tuck when you arrive there, which will shift the sensation a little further back into the neck. Maybe all the way down into the traps if you're really tight. Breathe into it. Let each breath create a little more space for your body, a little more space for your mind, and a little more space for letting go. Deeply in and deeply out. Keep the breath moving, nice and fluid, finding this flow state. With your next inhale, right ear stays over to right shoulder, but your chin is going to angle up to the top right corner of the room, and you'll feel the sensation shift more towards the front of the neck. Really important here to soften the jaw, part the lips, and feel it hang heavy. Usually we are very tight in this position because everything in our modern lives are down in front of us, so the chin is always tucked. So this is a beautiful counter for our everyday lifestyle. Soften through the fingers, soften through the palms of your hands, and feel the softness ripple all the way from the crown of the head to your toes. Maybe letting out a yawn, feeling yourself drop even deeper into a state of morito, of calm, of relaxed. 3 more breaths here. Kia toru ngā hā. Keeping them slow, not trying to rush, nowhere else to be except here with your body, with your breath. end of next exhale, slowly allow the chin to drop back down to the center of the chest, gently bending the knees, resting the forearms down across them, and tucking the chin. Coming back to center, not being in a rush to move to the other side. These moments in between are just as important. These are the moments of stillness where we can drop a little deeper. Last breath here. Slowly unfurling yourself again, and we will move to the other side. If the legs are coming back long, bring them back long. If you need to adjust your seat, adjusting that now. Hands come long to land on the knees with a soft bend in the elbows. This time, right hand comes off to the side, fingertips into the ground, or maybe into a pillow if you need to lift the ground a little higher. Then left ear is dropping across to left shoulder. Take a moment to settle here. If you need to wiggle the fingers and the toes, do that now. Then soften the shoulders. Soften the jaw, a soft part of the lips. Feel the support of your bed behind you, of Earth Mother beneath you, holding you here, allowing you to let go of some of the weight you are carrying. In this moment, can you drop in to some of the things that are holding space in your life, that is taking up your time, that you don't want to be, that you are ready to let go of and to clear? With your next exhale, left ear stays towards left shoulder, but gently tucking the chin down now towards the shoulder tip. Maybe a slightly deeper tuck of the chin. Again, a few deep breaths to settle you here. Maybe a few deep breaths to begin to clear space. Energetically let go. Let go of those things you are holding on to. You are allowing to take up space in your life, but you are ready to release. Tukua ki te ao. Let it go. Return those things with breath back to earth. With your next inhale, keeping left ear towards left shoulder, chin now angles up towards top left corner of the room. Gently part the lips, soften the jaw, and find the deepest, longest breaths you've taken all day. Maybe another big yawn here. Kia torunga ha, 3 more breaths. At the end of your next exhale, slowly drop chin back to center of the chest. Rebend the knees, stack the forearms, tuck the chin down. Back to balance, back to the centering and grounding. Moving like you're moving through honey. Keep that energy nice and quiet. Begin to lift the head back up. From here, moving into one last restorative posture. If you used the roll under the knees, I'd like you to keep that with your blanket. If you didn't, rolling up one blanket or grabbing a pillow and bringing it out from the bed. We're going to turn around to face the bed. If you do have a hard floor, keep one blanket underneath the knees to support you. If the floor is soft enough, you can remove that blanket. And from here we are going to have the ankles hooked over top of the blanket. Your elbows are going to rest down on your bed. Hands take a prayer position. and then forehead is going to land down onto the bed. Your arms can either stay long with the elbows in the bed or begin to bend the elbows and bring the hands to a reverse prayer position at the nape of the neck. And then adjust. So closer to the bed is going to be less of an angle, less of an opening through the shoulder joint. Further away is going to be more opening. As you need to, adjust where your rolled blanket is. So you can move back, you can move forward. So you can find the space that your body wants to be in this moment. Gentle opening in through the triceps and through the lats. The most important thing here, to breathe, to find space in the puku, space in the ribcage. Let the belly fall through. Maybe wag the hips side to side. Feel the lengthening of the side bodies. We'll stay here for about 12 deep, long breaths. Where can you release and let go in your body a little more? For me, it's my fingers and hands. I'm going to give them a little wiggle and then soften them as I bring them back together. So notice those places in your body where you naturally tighten, where you naturally hold on and grip. Breathe new space into them now. Final 2 breaths in the posture. Slowly pressing the elbows, pressing the head into the bed, straightening the arms. If the elbows were bent, walking the knees in. All the way up to the bed. Leaning all the way into the bed, into the arms. Belly rests on the bed, taking this little moment. Then gently releasing down, and we will begin to prepare for our yoga nidra, our guided relaxation. You can either do this on your floor laying down, or if you would like to begin to transition to your bed, I invite you to do so now. So making your way to where your body is calling you to go. And when you arrive here, settle yourself down, snuggle in, maybe popping a blanket on top of you or some socks on. And then gently lift your gaze up towards your eyebrows and close your eyes down, Emwel Fatu. Wiggle the shoulders away from the ears. Invite a deep breath in. Full breath out, opening the mouth, sighing it out. Feel your body supported and connected to earth beneath you. Kia papatua nuku I raro I a koe. Let a ripple from the crown of the head wash down to the toes of softness, of release. Beginning our yoga nidra with a sankalpa, with an intention of how you are wanting to clear space for yourself. It may simply be, I release the day I have had. It may be, I let go of what I am gripping onto, so I am creating space to invite in the new. Choosing your sankalpa now, something that resonates with you, your intention, and repeating it silently 3 times in your mind. Bring your awareness to your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your puku. Inhale, puku rises. Exhale, puku falls. Inhale to rise. Exhale to soften. Keep moving with that deep, slow breath, and we will move into a breath count all the way from 17 down to 1. As we are counting with each exhale, imagine a kapua, a cloud underneath you, and you sink a little deeper into that pillow-like softness. If you arrive all the way down to 1, simply start the count again. If you lose the count and forget where you are up to, simply start the count at 17 again. I will guide you through the first 3 rounds. Inhale, belly rises, 17. Exhale, belly falls, 17. Inhale, belly rises, 16. Exhale, belly falls, 16. Inhale, belly rises, 15. Exhale, belly falls, 15. Haere tonu, keep going with the count. Let go of the count and bring your awareness simply back to the rise and fall of your puku. Moving through a rotation of consciousness of your awareness around your body. I will name a body part. Bring your awareness there. Soften the area, but then, like a spark, as soon as I name the next part, let your awareness move. Don't linger. Allow yourself to be fluid and flowing. Crown of head, right eye, right ear, right nostril, right side of your mouth, chin, along the right side of your jaw, right side of neck, shoulder tip, down the back of the arm, elbow, down the back of the forearm, back of the hand, all the way to the little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb, front of the hand through the palm, up to the wrist, front of the arm, back through the elbow, back through the shoulder, across the right hand side of the collarbone, down the chest, around the side body, up the back of the shoulder blade, the right side of the spine, back of neck, all the way to the crown of the head. The crown of the head, down to the left eye, left ear, left side of mouth, left nostril, back to the left side of mouth, down to the chin, along the left jawline, down the neck, to the shoulder tip, down the back of the arm, elbow, back of forearm, back of hand, all the way to the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb, front of hand, through the palm, wrist, back up the front of the arm, through the elbow, all the way up, across the left collarbone, down the left chest, around the side body, back up through the left shoulder blade, the left side of the spine, up the back of the neck, all the way to the crown of the head, the entire head, neck and shoulders, front and back, soft, spacious, and letting go. In your mind's eye now, ki toa ke whatu manawa, see your own secret mind garden. No one else knows of its existence, just you. Walk into the garden and look around. He aha te āhua. What are the sounds in your garden? He aha te kōrero mai. In this garden, notice the beautiful flowers, the rako, the trees, the mosses, the grasses. But see in your garden now an area that is overgrown, that is cluttered with weeds. Walk over to that area now. Within each of those weeds, see a part within yourself that is asking you to clear space. What have you outgrown? What do you need to let go of so you can plant your new seeds of intention? Begin to pull the weeds out. And as you pull each weed out, energetically cut ties, let go. Feel yourself breathe a sigh of relief as the shoulders soften, the neck softens, and you feel like you have space to breathe. Leaving your garden here, knowing that we will come back to visit it. Having one final look at all of the beautiful new space, the fresh soil that is ready and waiting for you. Come back to your sankalpa, your intention from the beginning of your yoga nidra, and repeat it 3 final times in your mind. Come back to your body, the breath that is flowing within you, all of the places you are supported in this moment. Staying soft, keeping the energy quiet and spacious. This is where I will leave you for the evening. Mai tōku manawa ki tōu manawa. From my heart to yours. E tāne ka whakairi hia. Haumie huie. Tai kie. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in your practice this evening. It has been my honour. Kia au te moe. Have a beautiful sleep. Namaste.